Hello, I'm Sam,
And I'm David.
and we're part of Gigglemug Theatre and the writers of Scouts the Musical, a brand new family-friendly comedy musical created in collaboration with the Scouts.
The story takes place at the annual Scout Games, where scouts from around the world have gathered to compete. But an intruder has hatched an evil plan to hypnotise the contestants into doing her evil bidding.
Like not helping old ladies cross the road.
And it's up to a band of brave scouts to put aside their rivalries and use their newfound skills to save the day. You're going to do well, so don't make a fuss.
Have faith in yourself, like everyone else does. Double knot your boots.
Practice your sign and salute. My badges look nice.
Read through the Scout promise twice. Step out the front door.
You're not a cub anymore.
Take a deep breath in.
And you're ready for the games to begin.
Welcome, everybody, to the annual Scout Games. I can tell this is the first time for a lot of you here. If you are smart before we start, you'll want to know how to take part.
What do we do?
How does it work?
What are the rules?
Will these games hurt?
We'll test every scouting skill you know. Takes more than charisma, even though you've got your eyes on the prize. If you want to win the competition, listen to my composition. Be prepared as you go into the world, out on your own, into a life that you've never known, into the wild.
You'll know my name, Moses, you'll go down in history. I hear them cheering as I rock up to the jamboree.
They say, Joe, you've got 60 badges. Isn't it time to stop? I'll tell them I'll stop at the top when I get a badge for all the other badges I have got.
I'm ready to take my foot off the brake.
It's go time, there's no time to hesitate. The finish line is so close, I can taste it, I can make it, I will take it. If there's no one in my way, into the world, out on your own, into a life that you've never known, into the dark, into the wild.
Scout will always do what's right. That is the promise of the Scout Law.
The Scout Law.
A Scout will climb the highest heights to help their friends. That is the Scout Law.
The Scout Law.
Remember that promise you made when it's dark and you're feeling afraid. Remember, a Scout will always act with honor.
Yes.
They'll smile and they'll whistle even if they are a goner.
What?
Remember this oath as you go into the wild. Into the wild. Remember, a Scout is prepared for adventure, no matter the Scouts and no matter the venture. Remember the Scouts as you
Remember the Scouts as you
remember the Scouts as you
Remember the Scouts, you remember the Scouts as you go
into the wild.
This musical has everything from hypnotic tango dance breaks to a rock ballad between the Chief Scout and his one true love, Mother Nature.
To put it simply, the show is sheer fun.
As this is a immersive piece, we want audiences to go into the wild with us, so they'll be able to follow characters of their choosing, compete in challenges, and even acquire their own Scouts the Musical badges.
The cast consists of a small number of actor-musicians who will multi-role as a variety of different characters to bring the world of the Scout Games to life.
Gigglemug Theatre's previous work includes the Edinburgh Fringe hit Timpson the Musical, where we were lucky enough to win the Stage Award before embarking on a UK tour. It was actually working with Timpson which made us realise how great an experience collaborating with a company or an organisation on a musical could be, and that led us to create Scouts the Musical.
The Scouts teach skills for life to 58 million Scouts and guides across the world. Having their support means that we can tap into their extensive networks and social media platforms to promote the show to thousands of Scouts across the UK.
But we believe this show is for everyone. It encourages people of all ages to embrace their differences and work together to overcome even the toughest of challenges.
We have a first draft of the script and all the songs are written, so we are keen to get Scouts the Musical up on its feet for an R&D.
So we're looking to work with producers who could tackle a project of this scale and investors who could help make it happen.
So please get in touch if you are interested in working with us or if you just want to hear a bit more about the project.
Thanks for watching.
What does it mean to be a scout when you're feeling down and out?
You have somewhere to belong when nowhere feels like home, and you've got an awful lot to prove.
You'll see you've been home all along.
One person can do a lot when they're on their own, but being a part of the pack means they'll do a lot more.
Here's a promise we can keep when the mountain's looking steep. Yes, be brave, but don't pretend. When you need help, wait and ask a friend to climb to the top and to pull you up too. These are your skills for life.
A scout will always do what's right. That is the promise of the Scout Law.
Remember, a scout is prepared for adventure.
No matter the scout and no matter the venture.
Remember the scouts as you go.
Remember the scouts as you go.
Remember the scouts as you go.
Here's a promise we can keep when the mountain's looking steep. Yes, be brave, but don't pretend. When you need help, wait and ask a friend to climb to the top and to pull you up too. These are your skills for life. Skills for life. Skills for life.